Hey, now the whole reason for doing this is to try and do a little bit of a lead up and a build up and around the excitement and anticipation of what's going to be, and this word's been overused to the hilt in the last 12 months, an unprecedented Olympic Games. You've been part of the Cookers since 2014. What would it mean to you, I guess, to go to Tokyo? You can go to Rio, albeit it's going to be a very different looking Olympics for a lot of reasons, but what would it mean to you to be able to book your ticket on the plane over there?
I think, yeah, we talk about hockey in cycles. Like once you join the Kookaburras, we start looking at the cycle. Like in my first couple of years, it was obviously the lead up to Rio, and that was just brilliant. Like it was the best experience. I remember Olympic year 2016 was just fantastic. It's something that you can't really. Like I've never experienced anything like it before, but the Olympic year is just so, it's tense, but it's very, very rewarding. It's kind of like a little bit like year 12, like it's the best time of your high schooling career, but it's also the hardest. And it's kind of like that, but then you have the added competition of trying to beat your mates into a spot. So, it's challenging. I think the 2020 version of the 2020 Olympics, it was going to be pretty hectic. Like we were traveling every couple of weeks, and like before we knew it, I'm sure we were going to be in the Olympics because we had all these tours coming up. But this year is a very different kind of kettle of fish. I think what it would mean to me, it's the Olympics. It would, I think going and doing well at the Olympics, winning gold at the Olympics would mean a hell of a lot. I think, we've been looking forward to it for 4 years to kind of build on where the Rio campaign left off, and this group that we've had as well, we're in something special. Like we've had 4 years of great preparation. We've totally changed the way we played. We've had new coaching staff, a lot of new players in, and we really feel like we own it and we belong to this group. So being able to go away with the guys and win the thing would be a really special time of my life, I'm sure.
I don't really want to touch on too much about, there's 27 guys in the squad and only 16 get to go. So that's, it's pretty, it's so tough just how cutthroat it is. Like you said, these are some of your best mates that you're pretty much like your family away from home that you see and do things with every day, that nearly half or over a third of you won't be able to get over there. But there does seem to be something genuinely special about this Cookers group. You haven't played an international in over a year since, I think your last game was against Argentina in early March in Perth. Considering you guys don't know when your next international is going to be, how much do you think that puts you guys at a disadvantage, considering what's happening? There are European countries playing each other in Pro League at the moment because they're next door neighbours. Or do you think the whole uncertainty and unknown of what the quantity that you guys are going to bring and the fact that they can't actually see how you guys are progressing, is that just going to add to this whole unpredictability and intrigue come July in Tokyo?
I think so. I think you probably answered the question for me, Nick. I reckon you're right. Like on one hand, it would be great to play these games, and we had a meeting the other day, and I think there's pretty strong consensus that we all just are craving playing international hockey. Like it's what we do, it's what we're good at, and the time away with the guys, playing against like a team in a hostile environment is something that really brings the team together. So that's a hurdle that we've got to overcome. But the fact is that like no team, as far as I'm aware, have ever gone into an Olympics without having played an international game in the 18 months prior, and that's a genuine possibility for us. But with that, it's like I think our team is one that thrives on these sorts of challenges, and I think instead of getting kind of caught up in it and how far behind we might be slipping the European teams who are playing each other, as you say, it's a good opportunity for us to just focus on ourselves and bring out something new at the Olympics that no one's seen because we haven't shown it. But yeah, I think imagine like what would happen if we had all this adversity, this 18 months of nothing, the most disrupted Olympic preparation ever, probably, hopefully, in my career anyway, and then turned around and won the thing. Like that would be awesome. That would be lifelong. that's something pretty special that I think we could be working towards. And I think that we're confident we can do that.
And it would be dead set stuff of legend. That's what it'd be. You guys are having to reside yourselves to playing against each other. You just recently had an intra-squad series. Yeah, I guess that has its advantages and disadvantages as well. But they're just, I guess, following on from what you just said, there is a genuine feeling amongst the group that you guys can win the most unpredictable. I don't know. I don't know how many people would be picking Australia for gold in men's hockey at the moment, considering you haven't played for a year. But is there a genuine sense of belief amongst this lot?
Yeah, I think I think one thing this group hasn't really ever lacked is the belief. Eddie Ockenden put it incredibly well earlier in the year that when we go away on tour, no matter what has happened prior, like when we're there, we're always confident, and we always have belief that not only we can come out on top in any situation, like whether it be down 2 goals with 5 minutes to go or anything like that, but just the belief that we're there and we're going to challenge and hopefully win the thing, I think is remains pretty resolute regardless of what's going on. Yeah.
I've got a couple more quick ones to finish with, but I wanted to just ask you this one first. What is it about hockey and being part of the Kookaburras that you love the most? I mean, you guys train at 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning, so to the motivation to be up at the crack of dawn and train and constantly improve, considering you guys don't make it, like you said before, you're not fully professional athletes, which is a shame, but it's just the way it is at the moment. What is it about hockey and the Kookaburras that you love so much being part of?
There's a couple of things. First thing is camaraderie, I reckon. My old man put it to me pretty well, probably 2016, and that not a lot of people have the opportunity to go and travel the world with their mates, like with a group of 20 or 27 or however many we have touring, of like our best friends, you know, and work towards something that everyone's striving for. I think like the common goal and the fact that every time we go to the workplace, which is like the training pitch, you know that everyone there is in it for exactly the same reasons that you are. And you can challenge each other to be better because that vision is just so clear and so shared. One thing that like all of it, I'm pretty sure that I would be speaking for all of us when I say that we love going away on tour and competing in a high pressure environment. I think the nervous excitement about when you get there and you step onto the field and the crowd's there and it's just us, like 18 yellow jerseys in the middle of a cauldron of, like a hostile crowd. It's awesome. Like that's just the best. And then to finish the game, whatever the result is, to be stiff and sore, your hands are all cut up, and you're having probably a cold shower, your cuts are stinging, but you've done it with the guys next to you and everyone's just as cooked as you are. And then you got to turn around and do it again. I think that sort of stuff is so rewarding because it's really when you kind of find out what you're made of and you feel like you're doing something special. So that's the sort of stuff that gets us up at 5 a.m. to go to train. It's just bloody good fun.
It's enough to make me want to be part of it. Hey, just a couple of quick questions that we got thrown in from the public where we posted earlier online. Where's your favourite place to play hockey? And let's try and say overseas, where's your favourite place that you've played?
Yeah, I think you probably preempted my answer there. My answer was going to be at home in Ryde. But overseas, there's a couple probably that spring to mind. Everywhere is fantastic, but my favourite tournament, I would say, is Aslan Shah in Malaysia, in Ipoh. There's a couple of things. One, there was a period there where we would go every year. So it's kind of like, it's almost a home tournament. The crowd's fantastic. It's hot. It's hard. Like we're training it or we're playing it like 38 degrees and 95% humidity or whatever. So it's tough. And there's my favorite sushi joint in the world over there as well that all the boys love and frequent. And yeah, the hockey's good. The turf's good. It's just a sick place to play. And the other thing as well is that it's so unpredictable, like because we usually play during the wet season, like often our games will be postponed by an hour, 2 hours, like just nothing about it is conventional, which is what makes it the best.
Yeah, great. Good answer. And someone said, can Tom tell us a bit about his band and his singing career?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
That's something I certainly wasn't aware of.
Which does surprise me, Nick, because we're close to. I've been told we're close to the billboards in most countries. So, but the thing is, if you're not in the top 100, you could be in the bottom 100,
Right.
and we're somewhere in the middle there. But yeah, basically, we've actually broken up the band. It's a bit sad, but yeah, it was myself and Tim Brand. It was a duo. Tim would play the guitar, and I would play keys and lead vocals.
Right.
And we were basically a cover band, and we were woeful, but it was fun.
Right. Well, give us your top. What were your top three? What were your top three covers that you could that were just real favourites amongst the fans?
Yeah, our top three happened to be our only three. Yellow, Yellow by Coldplay.
Right.
That was our top one. We played. So the band probably started around the time of A Star Is Born. So
Right.
Always Remember Us or Me This Way. I'm not sure. The lyrics are hazy. And the other one is Shallow, obviously. They were probably our top three. Pretty diverse kind of range, obviously. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we can have a reunion at some point and do a bit of a comeback, maybe prior to a Cookers game or post-match or something like that. Just
I don't think anything. Yeah, I don't think anything would motivate the boys more than my soaring vocals.
It's outstanding. Hey, I just want to say thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day. I know you've got a bit of time, but you're a very busy man in high demand. So, it's been a privilege to cover some bases, although I feel like we've barely scratched the surface and could go on for hours. So thanks for your time. And good luck for the months to come.
No dramas. Thanks, Nick. It's been fun.